Hey, we're back. Man, this is gonna be fun. So, I have a special video for today. Something I don't really do much, but I do really want to do this a lot more. It's a very interesting idea, and I kind of love it. I really want to do it with stuff like the Horizon or the Boxer. Let's just get into it because this is gonna be a long video. I am taking the manga of Fire Punch. This is the best manga to do this with. It's a finished manga. I completed it. It fits into 24 episodes. Or wait, how many episodes did I put? Sorry, 25 episodes. It fits. The chapters are nice. It's well rounded. It's a great series for this. And I'm going to be taking it and basically saying how I would do the anime. Or how I would, create the anime. This manga is amazing. It's a spectacular manga. There's definitely a lot of problems with it, but it's like top tier Fujimoto writing, especially in the latter half. So, how I would do it, with this anime, I'm doing it as 25 episodes, two course, and the 25th episode will be an hour long, like an hour long special of the finale. So, kinda, it ends at 24, but the 25th episode, hour long finale. It's like a movie. Um, Definitely probably going to be one of the greatest finales if this were to be an anime. Now let's just get into it. I have the episodes. I have the name of the episodes. I named every episode. I have the amount of chapters. And I have like my notes on the chapters because I don't remember every chapter. The first episode is going to be called The Flame Covered Man. And it's just going to be the first chapter. It's going to be the introduction to, Agni and the Fire Punch character. It's going to be an introduction to the world, his powers or whatever. It'll be a great episode. It's going to be amazing. The animation is going to be spectacular, especially on the fire bits, like where he's getting burned and stuff. The animation is going to look amazing. The music's going to be great. Everything about this episode will be great. The rest of it, like the rest of the season, I don't really know. This first episode will be spectacular. Animation, music, voice acting, everything will be the best. This will probably be one of the best episodes of the season. Just how compact, solid, and just well written this episode is. Next episode, I'm calling it The Sun and the Agni. This is going to be chapters 2 through 4. Hold on, let me get... So basically what this chapter will be is, 1, we're going to get the background story of Agni, basically his kind of backstory, kind of not his backstory. Get stuff like that. And then we are going to meet Sun, our kind of secondary main character, but kind of also antagonist at the end, but there isn't really an antagonist. Sun will be an interesting character. It's introduction to Sun and their relationship, their very interesting relationship. It explains basically their entire story together of Sun and his idealism, I guess. This will be chapters 2 through 4, so it'll be 3 chapters altogether. And the chapter will end with Sun following Agni into the winter. Let me see what I put on notes. Yeah, introduce Sun and the relationship. Also, ending of Agni and Sun traveling together. It's just of them traveling together. The next episode I'm gonna call Pieces. This will be chapters 5 through 8. So 5, 6, 7, and 8. I know 4 chapters. This will basically just be the start of it will just be normal. Sun and Agni, just traveling a little bit. It'll be paced like a movie. A lot of these episodes will be movie and cinematic because that's how Tatsuki Fujimoto paneled it. So, what do I have to fucking say about it? And then we'll get maybe 1/3 of the episode. This is when Sun gets kidnapped by the people or whatever, gets kidnapped with Nanetto. Also, mid-episode, maybe not mid-episode, but a little bit into the episode, we get this cliffhanger with that Agni's sister is kind of alive, and then, we explain that she's not actually dead, or that she isn't Agni's sister. We get the little part about them fucking dogs. It's a bit weird. And it ends with the cliffhanger. Hold on. Oh, yeah. I know what it ends with. Yeah, Sunken and Mary ends with, ends with Agni meeting Doma. This is where the ending will be. He'll see him, and then he'll be like, fuck, that's Doma. And then that will be the ending. But it'll end here. It'll end where he's about to punch. He goes, Doma! And that's where it ends. And then the start of the next episode will be Togata talking about the movie. That'll be the start of the next episode. So that will be this chapter, a little bit of chapter 8. And then we're done with volume 1. The first 3 episodes, and we're done with volume 1. I know, it went a little bit quicker, but... And then we have chapters 9 through 11. So this will basically just be the Togata episode. Starts with Togata and her like whole character idea of her wanting to make a movie. She'll explain like all the movie shit. It'll also there will be like a little part where it shows Agni when he's burnt to a crisp by Doma. Let me find it right here. It'll show this little part as well. After Togata's done talking about her, whatever. And then it will end with... And then the entire episode, basically the entire episode, is barely any Agni in it, will just be Togata and Nanetto escaping the train. That's really it. And escaping the facility. And it ends with, them, with Togata asking her to be her camera woman, or camera girl. Alright, wait. Volume's 2 not done yet. What the hell? I'm an idiot. Next, we have... Oh, yeah. That was episode of 4. It's called The Hero of This World. If you don't know, I'm using my tablet to help me with the episode names. Next, episode 5. I call this Burning with Revenge. I know a lot of these episodes kind of suck. Episode titles kind of suck. I'm not a director, so don't ask me, alright? So this is really just Agni and Togata. They meet up. They decide to make a movie together. Great scene, amazing scene of them just talking. It'll be super cinematic as well. It'll be like just perfect. It's going to be chapters 12 through 14. Meet and they decide to make a movie. Ends with, we get to the entire thing with the one girl, and they're having fun together, and they're just enjoying their time together or whatever. And it ends with this panel for chapter... Yeah, hold on. Wait. What does it end with? My bad. It says... Yeah, right here. It'll be like midway point. It'll end with this. And then it'll go to like credits. And then we'll go to chapter 14, which is them basically training. And it ends with Agni saying, whatever it takes, I'll kill Doma, whatever it takes. Very important scene. In my opinion, it's Agni's entire motivation until Doma dies. And then he's kind of just lost in the world. Next. Whoa, what the hell? Oh, I think I meant to put 15 through 16. This episode will be slow. It will. Starts off with Sun being put in the prison with everyone else. Screaming, whatever. This will be one of my favorite scenes in the entire manga. They're just talking about how firewood works and, electric and all this other stuff and how it boils down to at the end of the day. Mostly, this is a dialogue volume. And then, most of this episode is just them talking. And then Sun, ends the first half of the episode where Sun talks about Agni as a god. That sets up God Agni. That sets up Sun's entire motivation at the end. Sets up a lot. It's also just a great scene where everyone else is like, can you like tell me more stories about him so they have more hope and they can be filled with hope. Amazing scene. But it can't end there because then the episode would be too small. So the rest of it is basically just a montage of all of the basically it's a montage of Togata training Agni. Like a lot of this. I think the best way to do this is to put like a worse version, maybe not a worse version, but like a little bit of a different version of like the Rocky theme like behind this, because it's like movies. Like I think that would be a cool idea. And then at the end we get this little cliffhanger where Togata goes, "Let's kill the fireman together." And they'll be like, "Oh, well, that's a fucking weird cliffhanger. Where does her personality lie?" And then we'll get shown next episode that's just for her to be, for them to be in a movie. This is number 17. This is more of a shorter episode, I would say. This is really just Togata, deciding what criminals to kill. It's chapters 17 through 20. Oh, forgive me. Episode 6 is called Mr. God Agni, which is obviously reference to Sun. Episode 7 is called This Stupid Face. This is really just Togata talking about her plan. She's picking up the criminals to kill Agni. Talking, about how the Ice Witch isn't real, which will be crazy. Crazy plot point. It'll be them filming and stuff. Halfway through the episode will probably be this part where she goes, "Tomorrow's gonna be awesome." Cuts to tomorrow. We're on volume 3. And the ending part will be the scene where Agni saves everyone. And strays from Togata's plan, and he saves everyone. And he's ready to fight the soldiers. Which will be an interesting idea. It'll be an interesting plotline. Next, after that, we have episode 8, which is called It Can All Be Over. This episode will basically, it's chapters 21 through 24. This episode, basically this entire thing is just Agni fighting the mecha guy. Let me try to find a picture of him. This guy. This will be the entire thing. The animation will be sick. It'll be hype as hell. The animation will be sick. The fighting will be awesome. I'm thinking maybe not Chainsaw Man level. I don't think this manga will get Chainsaw Man level quality, but if Mappa wants to do it, whatever. But if they really wanted to, go with quality, I would say something around like My Hero level quality is like perfect. Like obviously I want this manga to get an amazing adaptation. The animation looking better is always better, obviously. But if it gets like fucking Blue Lock level animation, I'm not mad. I mean, I didn't really like the season of Blue Lock. I just thought it was like too slow. But if it does like get Blue Lock level animation, I wouldn't be mad. Because Blue Lock had good animation. Okay, don't fucking say, "Oh, Blue Lock had awful animation." It had good animation, all right? You're too used to Mappa animation. What am I talking about again? Oh, yeah. It'll basically just be this entire fight of Agni versus, or I guess Fire Punch versus the mecha guy. Forgot his name. Mecha guy. This will be the entire episode, ending with Agni winning and everyone else praying to him. Which will be a fire scene. It's him winning. Him coming out, the building or whatever. And then this scene. This is the final scene. We find it. There we go. Oh my god. It's such a good scene. This panel right here. Agni standing in the middle and watching everybody pray to him. And the entire thing will just be like this somber music playing like super loudly and Agni just looking around and everyone's quiet just doing this. And he's just looking around astonished. It would be so good. It would actually be amazing. next episode, episode 9, is called I'm Luna. This will be a fucked up episode. A little bit of it, like maybe half or whatever, will be Agni, like Agni versus the metal guy. This guy who can like control metal. Hold on, let me find like an actual panel of him. Yeah, I'll burn you to ashes outside the atmosphere. This guy right here. That guy right there. That'll be like half the episode. It'll be like more of a, in this, like in the manga, it's not very long. I think it will be like a lot longer. It'll be more interesting. It'll be like a cooler fight. It won't be as cool as the mecha fight. That's probably going to be one of the best fights in the season. It won't be as cool, but it'll definitely be, interesting. And then this is chapter 25 through 28. And then this ends, and then halfway through the manga volume, the guy with the bat will show up. This guy, I forgot his name, but he's like a follower of Agni, this guy. I don't really like his character very much. He's not important to me, but it's important that he shows up. So he'll show up, they're battling and everything. He's saying, oh, we gotta go, take the cargo. And then we'll get to this scene, which will be very interesting, with Agni and with, what is her name, Juna or whatever, saying that she's Luna, when she's actually not. Mostly just super fast-paced action. I think they'll cut from action to dialogue to action and dialogue, because there's a lot of dialogue, but there's also a lot of, like, just, like, pages of panels just moving and moving with no dialogue. And then this scene is the scene where everybody will break. This scene right here. That panel. It's not the, the panel where he's doing like the crazy face or whatever that everyone memes, but the scene where he's talking to Juna and he thinks he's talking to Luna and he says, why would you tell me to live? That was so mean. Woo! Peak right there. Oh my god. And then Luna, finally getting burnt. And then the cliffhanger of Agni meeting the Ice Witch and saying, I'm the Ice Witch. That's the cliffhanger. That's the end of it. We don't get this part. Or no, maybe we do get this part. We get this part. But that will be the end. And that's like the first half of the season. At least that's episode 9. That's episode 9. After that, we get to episode 10. It'll be chapters 29 through 31. This will be the fight of the Bat Guy. It's volume 4. The fight of the Bat Guy and the Flying Girl fighting the soldiers ends with the Helmet Man showing up. So this will just mostly be an action-packed episode. This won't really be interesting. Obviously, we get introduced to this girl. Again, I'm not really that big of a fan of her. I feel like these characters are kind of useless, but, whatever. It'll serve for the action. Again, we'll get a lot of stuff like this, a lot of hand-to-hand combat, where, how Tatsuki Fujimoto panels his manga, and this will be the end. The end will be the Helmet Guy showing up. This will just be an action-packed episode. I didn't put a lot of chapters in the episode just because I would want the anime to expand a lot of these fights and make them a lot cooler and a lot more interesting and a lot more like sick with like the hand-to-hand. I think it'll be a lot cooler if they were to do that. That episode is called The Freezing Masses. Episode 11, Forced Rules, is not many chapters 32 and 33, just 2. It's the ending of the fight and finishing with Togata. It's just the ending of the fight with the Helmet Guy. I don't really know what he does. We cut back to Agni and the Ice Witch. Let me get my tablet. And finishing with Togata. Oh, yeah. And, Agni is talking to the Ice Witch. He gets fucked up by the Ice Witch. Makes sense. Because the Ice Witch put, their mind in a perpetual cold. And it ends with this scene where Agni is asking Togata how many people he's killed. and Togata is talking about, oh, you killed 10,000. And then this ends with everybody praying to Agni and saying your new role is God. That's where the Forced Rules title comes from, because, or forced, not rules, roles, because his role is God now. It's forced upon him. Next, episode 12 is called I Have an Idea. This chapter's 34 through 36. This is more of also like a talking chapter. Not much goes on here. This is really just them talking about food source. Agni decides to chop off his face for, his dinner or whatever, for, everyone's dinner. How, people are eating Agni's half face. And this ends, at least this chapter ends, where is it? Oh wait, yeah. Also, this is the part where they mention the movie theater shit. How when a guy or when someone dies, they, instead of going to heaven, they go to a movie theater, and that's like the end. And that sets up everything. And then it's the cliffhanger that Togata is actually a girl. Wow, that's crazy. Or wait, is Togata? I know Togata's trans, but is Togata a biological female who transitions to a guy, or at least thinks they're a guy, or is it a biological male that transitions? I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. It just says, but she's actually a man in a woman's body. So does that mean she is actually, we knew Togata as a she, but the body's actually male. I don't know. This ends, this is basically the rest of the volume. Next is You've Evolved. This entire episode is just Togata and Juna talking, and ends with, or not Togata and Juna, but Juna and the Ice Witch talking. Hold on. Yeah. Juna and like the Ice Witch talking about, their what they're gonna do. This is more than just talking about stuff like that. This is chapters 37 through 39. And it ends with her talking about how she wants to go watch the last Star Wars film. And it ends on volume 4. This will probably be an episode where a lot of people drop the show. And honestly, I could not blame you, because a lot of dumb shit happens in that episode, especially with the main villain's motivation, kind of the main villain, being she wants to watch Star Wars. So that's awesome. The next episode will probably be one of the most emotional episodes. I would love this episode if it was a real episode. This chapter is 40 through 42. It's episode 14, and it's called You Really Are Stupid. This entire episode will be an emotional roller coaster of Togata and Agni's fight. And it's not really a fight. It's more of like a one-sided, Togata is angry with Agni, and Agni's trying to figure out what's wrong and how he can help her. Sorry, I'm just a bit confused. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, Togata. I don't know, man. I don't know if Togata's Okay, yeah. This will be the scene where she says how she wished she had a dick, and that this is like kind of a crazy, but because she has regeneration powers, she can't even have the surgery. Like, that's insane. Yeah, this will be a great episode. It'll end with, really emotional, really well voice acted. This is really just ending with, they finish their fight, they move on, they go up. And this ends with Agni meeting Doma. That's the entire episode. I want to make this episode kind of short. I also want to make it super emotional, super impactful, just one giant fight and them checking. I wanted to make it a short episode. Not much happens, but a lot happens. Next, we have lack of education. This is the talk of Agni and Doma about how like people don't do things because they're bad or wrong. They just do things based off a lack of education. Very interesting idea, very interesting perspective by Doma. We also get Togata talking about how like the actor of the movie he watched was actually a pedophile. I forgot what it was, but like evil or something. This is the Agni leaving but becoming full Fire Punch. Oh yeah, I know what this episode does. There's also 46 as well. So this is a pretty fast-paced episode. And then while they're walking, I don't even know what happens here, but Agni gets like his realization or whatever. And he starts remembering his little sister, remembering all the people he's killed. And he remembers himself. And then he remembers Doma. And this is where Agni becomes full Fire Punch. And he has his entire body. And it ends with this panel right here. This might be the perfect end. Where he's shown that he's actually killing Doma. And he didn't even know. And that he killed everybody. This is the turning point of the story, in my opinion, of like the entire manga. And then it just ends. And then it just ends. And that's the entire thing. And then the next chapter is called Live. So this one's gonna be sad. This is definitely the saddest episode up to this point. This is just Togata's death. This is Agni's realization that he killed Doma. This is all the background episodes. He remembers, what he did. He killed his children. He killed everybody, and it's definitely one of the most heart-wrenching episodes. And the end is Togata dying, and telling him to live, and seeing Agni go to the movie theater midway through the episode, maybe like a little bit later, him being with his sister, and Togata kind of moving him past that point and kind of taking him about and saying, no, get out of here, don't be with whatever, and then her hugging Agni and embracing Agni and accepting him, even if it kills her, is such a beautiful scene, and it really will invoke, meaning. And it ends with this panel right here, I think. It'll end with her saying live. The next episode, no. And then it'll end with the end of the volume, this panel right here, of him carrying Togata and him finding the Tree of Life, or Death. I don't really remember what it was, but it's like the Tree of Life. Alright, after that, episode, what is this? What's the next episode? Episode 17. This will be a good episode. It's called Miracle. It starts with Agni, like, punching the tree and, like, being sucked up in the tree and talking about how he's gonna kill it or whatever. And he talks about miracles, and he talks about how he wants a miracle to happen where, like, he says maybe a miracle will happen and everyone will come back to life. Miracles exist, like how I'm engulfed in flames and yet somehow still alive. I always thought that my own existence was a miracle. Even my being alive while engulfed in flames is only because I've completely lost my mind. And it ends with, which one showed up? Ends with the classic Agni face. So this ends, Agni, like I don't even know what he does. He like goes back to his original self with his sister being dumb or whatever. Him trying to kill his sister. Her being, a regular person again. And this ends with this face. This is a great ending right here. That ending right there with that face. And then the episode just cuts off right there. That's where it ends. Next, after that, episode 18 is called I Am Blessed. This is Agni and Luna meet the family. The family live up. They do their little their party, their little changing the clothes party. They meet the family. Pretty slow chapter, honestly. Just them really talking. But it's Tatsuki Fujimoto, so the dialogue's gonna be amazing. They meet the family. Agni gets shot at and ends with him coming back alive. Here. He gets shot at. They tell him, hey, go fucking not shoot at him. And it ends with him potentially dead. This panel right here. Potentially dead. So, ends with that. After that, I don't really know what else. The next episode is episode 19, Can't Live Without Me. This is also a pretty slow episode. These next episodes will be pretty slow. Chapters 57 and 58. This episode will be more calming, more slow. This really is just, them fixing him up. It'll be a long sequence of them just fixing him up. That they'll have like that giant monologue in his head. They're really just talking about Fire Punch and stuff. What happens here? Oh, yeah. And then he goes, kills the deer, and ends with Agni walking off somewhere, but we don't really know where. So it just ends with that. We don't really know where, though. So, we'll have to figure that out next episode. Episode 20 is called Flame Burned Man. This episode is just Agni killing the army. It's literally just the end of this volume. It's him killing the army. It's like one chapter. It's like two chapters. It's him, at the doorstep, murdering the entire army. This will be more shown in the anime. This will actually, show him murdering everybody. And him being extremely lifeless when he's doing it. And the final part is him deciding that he will kill Fire Punch. And that'll be the end of that episode. It'll be very good. Get the entire internet aroused. And we have 5 episodes left. We're almost done with the season. After that, we'll get into, it's kind of a slower episode, kind of not. Chapter 61 through 63. It's called Kill Fire Punch. Episode is about Agni coming to terms that he can't kill Fire Punch because he's Fire Punch. It'll also have that talk of him and Luna, and it'll be like, oh, why did you let me live? Why did you tell me to live? Where is it? Yeah, and everyone keep telling him to kill Fire Punch. And it'll end with the cliffhanger of Sun becoming an adult. Or at least him being, grown, It'll be Sun. People believe what they want to believe, how they want to believe it. That's how, the episode will end. And that's, the best part of the episode. Next, we have episode 22, Because I'm in Love with You. This will be the incest episode. This will be the episode that everyone has their, panties puckered in. There's not really much. They have the entire conversation of Sun talking about Agni as a god. He does his little electrical power. We have Nanetto and Agni talking about, who they are or whatever. They're planning on killing him. And then they make a baby. This will be the craziest episode, probably in this season, because I don't think anyone wants to watch them make a baby, but it'll be fully animated, not like the actual scene, but it'll be very uncomfortable, fully animated. It will be awful, but it's like a good scene to show. Like, it's supposed to be awful. Next, we have episode 23, When It Gets Warm. I wish the chapters had names. I wish Tatsuki Fujimoto named the chapters so I could name these damn episodes. All right, I'm sorry. It'll be a very long episode, honestly. This episode will be very long. It'll be chapters 67 through 71. So 67, 68, 69, 70, 71. It'll be 5 chapters. It's long. It'll go through credits, through intro. There's no intro, no credits. It'll be very fast-paced. This entire thing will be them talking. There's a big explosion. Agni, his family, whatever family that was, most of them die. Agni becomes Fire Punch again. Like his arms gets ripped off and shit. And this is when he meets the staff man, and they have their giant fight. Yeah. They also have, like, this cool sequence of them fist bumping, and then at the end where Agni says for him to not touch him, and how he's not Fire Punch, and how he doesn't, want to be told that he's Fire Punch. It'll be a great scene. Chapter 71. Yeah. And it ends with Sun killing both of these people and talking about how they were traitors or whatever. And then it'll be really like, I guess Star Wars Star Wars, like the dark side type stuff, like when it's very like Hitler, like very, like Nazi code. It'll be very like that. And I'll like use like same sound and stuff. The next 2 episodes come from this volume. The next episode is called episode 24, Choosing Belief. This episode won't be pretty long, just, for the next episode. For the next episode to be an hour. This is really just Agni killing the next army and Agni meeting Sun. And fighting a little bit. They'll do a little bit of fighting. They'll talk for a little bit. Do a little bit of fighting. It ends with Sun calling him Lord Agni. And then we're down to the final episode, which covers this portion of the manga, this entire thing. This will be the breaking point. This episode, I expect this episode to be over an hour and to cover the entire Sun fight and the true ending in space. I call this episode, I also think there barely be any words in this episode. Like, comparably to the rest of them, almost no words, especially in that ending sequence. I expect beautiful music, beautiful animation, just super scenic, super gorgeous. Like, I just want it to be just visuals. I don't want it to be like any talking. I don't really want any of that. And this episode is called Fast Asleep. Agni kills Sun, or at least, beats him, kills him, talks about how he is, the god or whatever. This scene will go hard. This scene right here, talking about how he just thinks he has to kill someone. Is it you? Kisses his sister, which is definitely weird. And, kind of washes the Fire Punch away from her, and it keeps telling him to live and to keep living. And it ends with Agni and Junna going to the movie theater. Not the actual episode, and then the next part of the episode, the second half, will be the time skip of 80 years later, where he's in an actual movie theater. Or he's like in heaven or whatever. and like This Is Life Now, and how he never dies and he joins Juna, and it'll just be a fantastical sequence of them talking, of them, doing whatever brothers and sisters do. And it'll end with this final scene of them in the movie theater. And I think it would be amazing if these two got up and walked off, and then the credits rolled, like still in the movie theater scene, like how in a movie theater credits like roll, like it'll like roll up from down. It won't like flash on the screen. It'll like go up from down. I think that would be amazing, and I think that would create this anime as a certified masterpiece. I don't know. I don't say it's a masterpiece, but I think a lot of people will start calling it a masterpiece because I do think, in my opinion, it's on the same level of Chainsaw Man, and maybe not Goodbye Eri. I like Goodbye Eri a lot more, but it is on the same level as Chainsaw Man. It's like fantastic. It's fantastic manga. I think everyone should read it. But yeah, that's my pitch for the Fire Punch anime. Tell me if you would have done it differently. I don't really care, but we had a lot of fun. So catch you on the flip side. Goodbye.